run, but today is the last day for the final episode of Erin It Out. And thank you to all of you who have tuned in, who have watched faithfully every Friday, almost 200,000 viewers. Thank you guys for listening, for being interested in what I have to say. It's been a great experience to share a lot of these stories with you. I mean, we've talked about everything from crazy drunk aldermen that kicked down the door right behind me. The door's still broken because of that. We talked about the cow, talked about being a female in a male-dominated profession, the trials and tribulations of being a young person who was thrusted into this world by choice, all the things that I had to deal with along the way. We talked about what propelled me to run for mayor in the first place. These are stories that I'm very thankful to have had the space to share with all of you. There are plenty more stories that I could tell, but I guess I'll call it quits for this for now. I'm still mayor for another 9 months or so. My term is up in November of this year, and I'm feeling some type of way about it. So when I first started this journey in running for mayor at the age of 26, I had no idea that this would turn into a path for me, a purpose for me. I've really enjoyed every minute of it. I made a joke one episode about, every morning when I walk in here, it's like, what fresh hell is going to await me today? All the stress, all of the things that I've gone through as mayor that you just can't make up. Christ, I was mayor during COVID. You want to talk about, I could have done a whole episode about our response to the coronavirus and how that impacted me. I was pregnant through it all too. So many of these amazing experiences that I've been able to have. I could certainly write a book. It made me a stronger leader. It's made me a more decisive leader too, knowing that I've got to make decisions, make them quickly, trust the decisions that you're making, own the decisions that you're making. When I have an idea, I want to be the responsible party for having the idea, executing it, and making sure that it gets done and gets done correctly. I want to own it. I want to make sure that it's done the right way or the way that I see fit. I think you don't have that trait in a lot of leaders today. I think there's a lot of cowards out there who like to say one thing, do another. But I also think that you have a lot of leaders out there that just don't understand how the real world works. They just don't get it. For the same reason that I ran for mayor in the first place is why I'm thinking about the next step in my career too and what that may hold. And when I ran for mayor, I had nothing to lose. I was an employee at the state capitol. I wasn't happy. I was a waitress on the weekends at J. Timothy's. Shout out to J. Tim's. I had nothing to lose, and I think that's what made me the way that I was on the campaign trail. That's what made me so aggressive, so unique, because I didn't care about just being me. And I still don't to this day. Every decision that I've made here has been driven by genuine purpose to want to give back to my community, to do better for my community, to make my community a better place, to build upon the great things that are already happening here in the city. And after 12 years, I am so confident in sitting here and saying that the city of New Britain that I am leaving here is so much better than it was 12 years ago when I took office. I am so confident in saying that. This is about finding a leader and electing leaders that are unafraid to do the right thing, even if it means that it's unpopular. There was a lot of things that I did here that were unpopular, that I had to do in order to right the ship, to fix the wrongs of the past. There was the whole episode that we did about the financial situation. There was a lot of things that we had to do that people were not happy with, but I knew that I had to do them for the greater good. I don't think you find that in a lot of politicians anywhere, and I think that's what makes me different. I took the biggest risk of my life in pretty much quitting my job at the state and running for mayor, and it was the best decision that I ever made. And I'm taking another big risk right now, too. As I'm exploring this run for governor of Connecticut, I'm taking another huge risk. I'm not independently wealthy, and I'm about to be unemployed and running a campaign with no income. I'm lucky that I have a great husband, a great family. I'm lucky that I have a great network of friends that are supporting me through all this craziness. And I think that has been at the core at all of it. That's what's made these 12 years what they are. Like, I've had the best group of people around me who supported me, would go to the ends of the earth for me too. And I hope you guys have people like that in your life as well. So important to surround yourself with people who are loyal to you, people that you trust. And listen, I've lost a lot along the way too. I've lost a lot of friends, a lot of people who I thought were friends of mine, but who turns out they just wanted something for themselves. I'm glad that those people aren't a part of my life anymore. I'm super thankful that I've had this core group of support. I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. I'm very thankful to have those folks in my life. The unknown, I think, is really stressful. It's definitely like a lot of anxiety. But until then, I still get to come into work every day, absolutely love what I do, and close out these last 9 months feeling so confident about the trajectory of the city of New Britain. My first term in office, I put together a vision statement. I have it right here. Our vision, our future. This exercise that I went through was all about, where is my vision focus? What type of city do I want to see when I'm finished? I haven't touched this document since early 2014. Now, I pulled it out as I was cleaning things, and I started reading through it, and it is crazy to see how much we have actually accomplished from what I outlined 12 years ago. Now, I'm not going to read you all of it, but I'm going to read you a couple key themes. Right in the beginning, it says, we've weaved key themes throughout our story. Here's our key themes. Restoring pride to New Britain. Delivering the leadership needed to be most responsive to our citizens. Providing our children with the education they deserve. Being fiscally responsible. Being transparent in all our dealings. And better enabling New Britain to be open for business. There are so many things that we have accomplished underneath each one of those key themes, and so many things that we can point to, and that every guiding principle that we talked about was what helped me along the way. And I think that goes along the point of being true to yourself and holding firm to who you are and what your beliefs are, and not getting influenced by the multitude of outside influences that are trying to just do what is best for them, not necessarily what's best for you or best for the people that you serve. And that's the important thing to remember. It's about the people that you serve. It's not about you. Taxes and education. Taxes being at the forefront of it. Education being a close second. The unfortunate reality is that the mayor doesn't really control a lot of the education system, actually, really any of it at all. And you can influence it. You can speak your mind on it. You can do school construction projects, which we've done 4 or 5 of them at this point. But the actual day-to-day operations of the school district don't fall within the mayor's purview. And if there's one thing I could go back and change without being, a dictator, I would certainly love to have been able to have had more influence in that area, that's for sure. But I've had no shortage of a storied history with our school district, too. That could have been another episode. My fights with every superintendent that has basically ever been here. There's something to be said about questioning a person in authority. I never mind being questioned. I never mind being questioned because I always had an answer. People who have a problem with being questioned, there's something ain't right with them. And as I start my journey into wrapping up my time here, I cannot stress the importance to all of you who are watching. I can't stress the importance of remaining involved in this community. Gotta make sure that you hold your elected leaders accountable. You've got to make sure you reach out to them and contact them. That you get off Facebook and social media and actually send the emails, send the letters, call the office, attend their open office hours. Well, you hope that they have them. Well, they should be having them if they're good. I guess that's in short supply here. I'm probably just as nervous as you all are for what the future holds, for me personally, for the city. Everything that I've worked so hard to achieve and grow here, I don't want to see that upended. I think it's really important who you vote for. That goes beyond New Britain. For all of you watching that are not from this city, you've got to pay attention to who you vote for in your local elections. They have the ability to make the most impact on your day-to-day life. You got to hold them accountable. You don't have journalism anymore that holds politicians accountable. It's you. It's us that needs to hold politicians accountable, because unfortunately with, the decline of print media and nobody who, everybody goes to social media to get their news. Hey, you're lucky if you get, an article that covers just something that's going on in your town hall. Accountability. You got to make sure that you're holding your elected officials accountable. Politics is an interesting place. And I am nervous about being citizen Erin instead of Mayor Erin. I'm definitely feeling some type of way about that. But like with everything else, this is what we do as human beings, right? We adapt to the situations that we're in. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. So I want to thank all of you for watching this series, the 200,000 of you who have tuned in. I really would love to write a book, and maybe I'll do that after the fact when I have a little bit more time on my hands. These stories only scratch the surface. They still may for the next 9 months. There will be no shortage of exciting things or good news that's still coming out of my office. My foot's on the gas pedal until my final day here because I can't just give up now. I've got more things to do. This isn't the end of my career, not by any means. And let me tell you, if I can use these last 12 years as a building block for success, prepare me for whatever's to come, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be just fine. So thank you. It's been the honor of my life. So the final episode of Airing It Out. Peace, love, and all things New Britain. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Only thing that's on my mind is who won.